I love that ending. You love it, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
Drop the bombs on him.
My beautiful people, welcome to Under Review, different type of sports show. We like to give it to you real. We like to give it to you raw. We like to give it to you authentic. We like to consider ourselves for the people, by the people. We give you everything from stats, playbacks, game predictions, a little bit of fantasy insight, and you always know it's going to be the jokes in between. We got everything and more, believe me.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I'm hosting today. John, you know me. I got my man, Ed, Mr. ESPN, the stat guy, Mr. Breakdown the Film, Mr. Breakdown the Film, Mr. Injury Guru.
That's a lot of hats you got me wearing. Sheesh.
Man of many names and many talents. Me, I'm just your humble host, John. I'm just humble John. That's it. Just John. All right. Unless you want to jump right into it. You got anything crazy that happened to you this week you want to talk about?
Not at all. I'm ready to get to it. Let's make it happen.
Life is already hard as it is. No need to recap it. Let's just run right into it. Jump right into it. So, let's talk about Frank. Frank Rich just got fired from the Colts.
Indy. Yeah, the Colts. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was talking off, just talking to the Notch and stuff like that, and I talked about this is all because I think he was a coach from 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
So he got there in 2018. He got this team that had Andrew Luck, T.Y. They had, a lot of prospects and talent.
Talent.
The impact of a player like that you're building your whole entire team and organization around, just, walking away with no return on investment. So it's not like we're getting rid of him and trading him for draft picks or we're getting another star caliber player. No, he's gone and we have nothing to show for it. And I think that was 2019. I think his very next year. Since then, I think he had that year, of course, they went like under 500, what was to be expected. Next year, I think they went like 11-5. I think that might have been when they got Phillip Rivers to come in there.
Yeah, I believe so. Because I know for Core they had Jacoby Brissett to come in. Right. Then Phillip Rivers. They went to the playoffs. Yeah.
Lost, I think, in the first round. Had an okay year. Went back to the playoffs. I lost a close one against the Buffalo Bills, but the Buffalo Bills that year also went to like the AFC Championship. So, hats off. That was a crazy one. But yeah, he was 40-33 as the head coach, 1-3 in playoffs. But he is now replaced by Jeff Saturday.
No, I mean, that's not really too shocking to me, honestly.
Not too shocking. Well, some of you who may not remember Jeff Saturday was a phenomenal player for the Colts. Yeah, he was their center, he also worked as an analyst. ESPN analyst.
NFL countdown or whatever.
Yeah, he could break it down like the best of them. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Coaching wise, I think he only has high school experience. 2016 as a high school coach for what was the team's name? Hebron Christian in Georgia. Right?
Yeah, team in Georgia
for 3 years. So why is that not surprising to you, Ed?
Because look what the Titans did with Mike Vrabel. They got an ex-player who more than likely not just understand the system, understand how to communicate with the players, how to get them to buy in. That's very important. And I feel like Jeff Saturday was a player, could speak to the players, could get them to buy in. He has high football IQ. So, yes, he has no coaching experience in the National Football League. Absolutely none. But neither did Mike Vrabel. He was a position coach in Ohio State, I believe a linebacker coach, after he retired and left New England. He played in Houston and then...
You see this guy?
He's then retired.
Yeah, I see this man.
But,
This is why we bring you on, Ed. This is why we bring you on.
I appreciate it. But he definitely was a linebackers coach. As you know, he was a linebacker in Ohio State. And then after that, managed to make that transition to the National Football League.
Mike Vrabel wasn't just a linebacker. He was a great linebacker on a great team, great organization.
Well, yes.
Successful organization.
Absolutely. And since we're talking about organizations, I'm pretty sure the Indianapolis Colts see Jeff Saturday as...
Oh, yeah. And he's in their honor.
Exactly.
He's definitely down with them. He definitely down with them.
So, you know, they see him the same way many teams would have seen Mike Vrabel. You know what I mean?
So I guess if you want to try and go with that trend, I guess it's not as shocking. I can take that.
Really.
If you want to play the devil's advocate, or in this case, the devil will be the black man's advocate. The Colts have 8 black assistant coaches, all with at least a year's coaching experience in the NFL, big leagues.
Yeah.
Which automatically, technically makes them more coaching qualified than one would say a Jeff Saturday. But we'll see. Because this is only for now, and they said they could see him coaching going past 2022. But listen, let's not judge a man before he's actually even coached his first game. So we'll see what it is. And I wish him the best. I hope he actually is a great coach for them.
He's in a very challenging situation. I'll let you know that right now. He didn't have training camp with them. He's coming into the team. Half the season is done. They already had a game plan and how they were going to approach the season. Right. So now he has to
They also haven't been healthy. Jonathan Taylor, he's just been, and anybody who has Jonathan Taylor in fantasy knows Jonathan Taylor's killing you right now. You question whether you want to drop him.
Sitting on your bench.
With the outs, yeah, but I can't drop him.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a keeper league.
That's not a smart idea.
Bunch of bull. Anyway, ESPN.
Let it get to you.
They just dropped their first NFL rookie rankings. The Jets have 2 of their rookies on there. And the Seahawks, I think those are the only 2 that have 2 people on it. Jets, it's Sauce Gardner, of course, and what is it, Garrett? Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson, yes, Garrett
Wilson, the receiver. Seahawks, of course, Kenneth Walker, the third, running back, having a great year. And I think it's a cornerback from them
Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Oh, Woolen, yeah.
Yeah, Tariq Woolen.
I think he's, if memory serves, he's like top 4 in interceptions this season.
Yeah, he has
4. He has 4 interceptions. I think that ties him for second or third. Yeah, because second, right? Because there's a whole bunch of them with 4. But yeah.
Garner has 5, I believe.
So shout out to the Jets. Completely like revamping that defense from what it was a few years ago and stuff like that. The Seahawks, Woolen's a great start, and I don't know if the Seahawks will ever get back to that Legion of Boom era like they had before. I don't know if you got to keep Adams. I feel like he just can't really.
Adams won't be. He won't be there very long.
I think you're gonna have to cut ties with him. But they allow too many points. But it's a bright light for them. So hey, get a few more drafts like that. I'm a big believer in the Seahawks. I've been saying it for weeks. I feel like they need to be talked about. We'll see.
Sooner or later they will be. If they come out winning the NFC West, oh yeah, they're gonna be talked about. Okay. Led by Geno Smith.
Who's your leader for Rookie of the Year right now? You got Kenneth Walker or Damon Pierce? Offensive. Because I think it's two ways. Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks and the running back from the Texans.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe Pierce because he's gonna have the better numbers, but Walker is gonna be on a winning team.
Walker's on the winning team. I also think Walker has more touchdowns, no fumbles compared to Pierce's 2 fumbles.
Yeah. He gonna have less yards though.
Less yards, yeah. Damien Pierce got him by like 200 plus yards.
Yeah, they're both averaging over 4 yards a carry. So
that's gonna be great. That's gonna be defensive. Who you got for defensive rookie of the year there?
I think they're gonna give it to Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, that's
because he's in the bigger market, and we hear about him a lot more than Tariq Woolen.
Right. Okay. Well, speaking of some teams that could use some rookie help right now, Jags and Raiders. Carr had 260 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lawrence, 235 yards, a touchdown. That boy Etienne, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Etienne was already solid. He was already doing his thing as a running back. If you had him in fantasy, it was, the only problem was that he was sharing the backfield with a James Robinson.
Yeah, but now he's in the Jets, right?
James Robinson got traded to the Jets immediately after their running back went down. They got hurt. He was having a great year.
Yes.
He was having a phenomenal year. He was rookie too. He probably would have got.
He could. That's a good point.
Yeah, he definitely could have been. Well, it's not so much forgot about him. He can't win it now, but he definitely would have been a shoo-in. On a winning team, he definitely would have been a shoo-in for
very
it.
True. Very true.
So Etienne was doing pretty well, but the 3 games since Jane Robinson has been gone, 3 games, 66 rushing attempts for 379 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's gonna more than likely win comeback player of the year award. If not, he's gonna be a candidate. He's not I apologize. Maybe not win comeback player of the year award, but he's gonna be a candidate.
He's gonna be a candidate
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. The Raiders ran a total of 25 plays in the entirety of the second half.
They just couldn't hold on to the ball, huh?
They couldn't hold on to the ball. Well,
when I say hold
talk about adjustments. This was an adjustment game because Devontae Adams, he torched them.
First half,
in the first half. He had like 140 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You had him on fantasy. Man did his thing.
He did his thing for you. And thank God he did his thing for you in the first half. Because second half, my man, Carr targeted him 8 times. 8 times the entirety of the second half. It was 1 for 8. That one catch was for 0 yards on a little screen dump at the end. And those were the Devontae Adams. So without Devontae Adams, they didn't really have, Hunter Renfrow ain't really going to kill you like that. They're injured as well, but I feel like both of those teams are underperforming their expectations for the season.
Absolutely.
Which is what I feel like that's a lot to say about the Jags. Did the Jags really have that many expectations in the first place?
I guess because Doug Peterson came there, they expected them to at least go 8-8 or 7-8.
Yeah. And we know how we feel about generational talents and generational quarterbacks here under review.
He's talking about that white boy with the long hair. All right, so
Trevor Lawrence,
whatever the hell.
Yeah, you know what? Any of you Game of Thrones lovers, House of the Dragon Steve, you watch Game of Thrones? House of the Oh man, they say Trevor Lawrence because of his face shape. He looks like one of the main characters right now. Aemon. He wears an eye patch. He just grisly murdered some young man. But oh shit, that was a spoiler. Hopefully you don't watch Game of Thrones or. You should have watched already by now. Both the teams underperforming. To me, the Jags look like they're more promising.
Interesting, okay.
If you had a choice between the two of them, like if you wanted to take over a team right now, like, hey, we need a head coach, which team do you think? Because one looks more promising, and then one say you'd have to just completely blow up from scratch. So let's rephrase it. Let's put it that way. If you had to choose between the Jaguars and the Raiders, and your choices are take one team and build it, and take the other one and completely blow it up, and they have to start from scratch.
It would be very challenging to start the Raiders off from scratch, because.
But automatically, the Raiders are the team that you'd want to start from scratch.
No.
If you had to, because the way you made it seem like you're going to pick the Jaguars as the more promising team to keep right now.
No, I don't. Yeah, I do see them as a little bit more promising. You're right, I do. I mean, their defense is not that bad. The thing is, they got a lot of pieces on paper.
Pack, yeah, middle of the pack. When you look them up, they're nowhere near last in rushing. Yeah, nowhere near last in takeaways. They're
pass rushers though. I don't know any pass rushers they got. They got Devin Lloyd, good linebacker. They got that dude from Atlanta. Don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a pretty good middle linebacker as well. They also got my man they drafted from Kentucky, number 41. I do remember his name, but he's an outside linebacker. Josh something. I don't remember his name.
Watch a few more Jags games so we can.
Yeah, it's something. I was about to say Josh Allen, but no, it's something Allen.
We'll get to him later.
Yeah, they have good pieces, but like now, and like I said, that's the only pass rusher I know. That number 41 outside linebacker. Then the defensive backs, I don't know anything about those.
Defensive backs is nothing. They allow it. So again, they're not bottom of the pack, but they still
need some help.
They need some help.
Offensively, they signed Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, doing okay for them.
Yes, he definitely is. They signed that young man Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
So they got some
Zay Jones. So they got, like Jeremy says, everybody has pieces though. Everybody has pieces. It's just about what you're doing with them and what the scheme is and what the vision is for the team moving forward. So I'm in agreement. The Jaguars are the team I think look more promising, and if one got to go kablooey out of the two. It's the Raiders, who before the season started were in the best division in football,
most competitive
that AFC West. But Let's talk about most competitive division in football.
Who they?
I said it here on this show.
Who?
A combined.
AFC East? Oh, my bad. my bad.
A combined 23 and 12 on the season.
Yeah.
208 average points for, 171 average points against. So they're giving it to you on offense, and you know they holding you back on defense.
Yeah, they stopped me.
All teams above 500.
Oh, that's the AFC East.
It's the AFC East.
Yeah, but
Are the AFC East? Well, are the AFC East the best division? Is the best division
in the NFL? I would say so. Yes.
Because arguably on the other side, you have the NFC East. I think AFC East is combined 23 and 12. I think the NFC East might be like, I want to say like 25 maybe. But they have an undefeated team in the Eagles.
That's true.
Points for, they have about 20 less points for, but they also allow 20 less points at 151 against.
Who the commander? Who's the quarterback? Hanky?
Heineke, yeah.
All right, it is the AFC East, bro.
They're the only under 500 team in that division. So technically, if you had to choose between the Commanders and the Patriots, who are at the bottom of the,
I'll take the Patriots. Damn it,
you take the Patriots. And mind you, the Patriots, who, if not for that loss against the Bears, and maybe the earlier season loss against the Dolphins, because remember we just beat the Jets. We just beat the Jets, who are number 2 in the AFC East. But if it hadn't been for that loss to the Bears, we would have all been 6-3, which would have put us put us third, I'd say.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'd be third, and you know what? The Dolphins would probably be second because the Dolphins beat us.
What's the AFC East record though?
What do you mean?
Like, there's the
in the division.
Your division. What's the division?
I don't know exactly what they're, because we've only each played each other once.
Okay, so some teams are 0-1, some 1-0. Okay.
So that's why I think the Dolphins would be second. We would be third, and we would only be above the Jets because we just beat the Jets.
The Dolphins would be, they're 1-1 in their division because they beat you guys. I mean, they beat and then they lost to the Jets.
They lost to the Jets.
The Bills. They lost to the Jets.
So it would go to who has the most points for and stuff like that, because we beat the Jets, but they lost to the Jets.
Wait, what about the Patriots? The Bills? Did the Bills face the Patriots yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. They just 0-1 then.
Yeah.
Wait, the Dolphins. Oh, they're 0-2.
The Dolphins.
They're 0-2 in their division. Oh. Yeah, Dolphins would have been down.
That game was a close one. That took everything out of Josh. You know, it was winning after that game.
Yeah, boy, they would have been down there.
But I'm just saying, I just want to get that out there. Best division in the league, because, you know, it's I've been told otherwise, but I told people, you know, I'm going to chop this up. We're going to put the clips up. We got a new guy that does the editing and stuff like that, all the videos. So, yeah, we're gonna do a little montage of John saying that the AFC East is the best division in the league. So we talked about the best. Now let's talk about arguably the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the worst defense in the league.
Who they?
Or who we thought was the worst defense. Well, the worst defense in the league are the Detroit Lions, who allow 32 points a game.
Okay, that's fair.
420 yards a game.
Dan Campbell, his name, right? The coach?
We don't talk about Dan Campbell on here. Great motivational speaker.
Yeah, he going to be motivational speaker somewhere else.
Cruise seminars. I mean, again, I don't want to say it's the Lions, but it's the Lions, man.
Bruh, he going to be teaming up with Tony Robbins, bro. Because he's a great motivational speaker, because he ain't going to be coaching the damn Detroit Lions.
No, he won't. But
talking about ripping kneecaps off.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy? Yeah, he ain't going to be here long.
He motivational.
He ain't going to be here long.
So they allow 32 points a game. Allow about 420 yards a game.
That's funny, okay.
2-time MVP, Super Bowl winner, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we talking about, okay, the Packers. Yeah.
They put up 9 points.
Dang, ain't got nobody, bro. Who the fuck the Packers got, bro?
They got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's not enough, bro. They need some
They got
receivers.
They got Lazard.
He average, bro.
average.
He average.
Yeah.
They need
Devontae
at least
Adams?
another. No. Yes. They made their choice to let him go, so that's on them. But they need another average receiver, by the least. They can't just have
You
one
think things would be
average
different
receiver.
if Randall Cobb was healthy and playing?
I do think so. I do. They wouldn't be on this 4 game losing streak or whatever the hell they on.
Losing 5 game losing streak.
They would be at least at 500.
Rodgers targeted 11 different receivers, and I think he had to target himself. There was 12 different receivers targeted. He was one of them. They tried everything in the offensive playbook to not look like what they did against the Lions. Threw 3 interceptions. Team went 0-4 in the red zone.
Booty butt cheeks. It's not on Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, but go ahead, man.
You said it's not on Aaron Rodgers, but listen. Packers on a 5-game losing streak, and second in their division, they're 3 games behind the Vikings. 3 games behind the Vikings.
Far behind the Vikings.
I think they're only 1 game ahead of the Bears, who are currently surging. It's fickle. I like Justin Fields. I think he's good for them, but, the Bears O-line, what can you do about it? The lack of the run game. What's his name? Montgomery ain't doing jack shit right now.
Fields is not that confident, bro.
Fields is not that confident. Of course he's not going to be that confident. Come on, man. You see who blocking for him? He got to do it with his legs.
I mean, it's not entirely that, bro. There was one game, I recall, Thursday Night Football, where they faced the Commanders. And there was a few times where he had a receiver open. Okay, maybe not wide open, but he had a step on his defender, and he refused to throw that in the receiver's direction. Chose to hold it, go through his progression, and try to run. And it's like, you had a receiver.
I ain't saying he's perfect. Yeah. He's doing better for his team than Aaron Rodgers is doing for his team. Oy. That's all I'm saying.
Oy.
I've seen the schedules. I don't want to say the Packers or the Vikings schedule. They both have a few difficult matchups, but it's mostly a lot of interdivision stuff left.
Okay.
Rodgers in his post game, this is what I really wanted to see because everybody knows Rodgers is really good at pointing the fingers. So Rodgers in his post game, he says, "I played like shit, but I never gave up." Which amounts to, thank you for not giving up.
He said, I get played like shit, but I ain't give up.
But I never gave up.
Okay.
This comes 2 weeks after saying, I think guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing. Got to start cutting some reps and maybe, play guys who are hungry and who have been waiting. Give them a chance. That was after they lost to the Commanders. So, 7 games left in the season. You're past the halfway point. 3 games behind the Vikings, but the Vikings do have some, like I said, the schedules are similar. Do you give Jordan Love the chance? Or do you ride it out by Aaron Rodgers?
Jordan Love signed that $250 million contract? Moving on. He ain't signed that shit. You play Aaron Rodgers.
You get paid in big bucks.
Big bucks, bro. Even if the ship is sinking, you stay with the captain. Aaron Rodgers, he ain't going nowhere. The hell?
Oh, captain, my captain. They sinking with the ship.
They sinking with the ship. You stay with his ass.
All right. Shit, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking the questions.
Man, fight for a first round draft pick. Fight for a lottery pick. Fuck this shit, bro.
Yo, Jordan. All right, Jordan Love's in here waiting for when
trade his ass, bro.
Okay. Go get the Gatorades.
Trade his ass for a receiver. Fuck that shit.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what Rodgers doing. When Rodgers just throw up the peace sign.
Fade the black.
Fade the black. Jordan.
Yo.
So now, staying in tune with old men.
Oh boy, who's on? Oh, okay.
You know the old man. So
okay,
Bucks and Rams.
But this old man had a far better game though.
He did. He's having a far better season.
Yes, he is.
We'll say it again. His numbers haven't really been bad. The team just as a whole can't figure it out offensively. He went through 58 pass attempts.
Sheesh.
58 pass attempts.
And I'm tired.
280 yards. 58 passing attempts for only 280 yards. You earned every single one of those yards. And 1 touchdown.
Yeah, a lot of shallow play. A lot of yeah.
A lot of in routes. So he targeted 10 different receivers, and 5 of the receivers he targeted had 5 or more catches. Very old Patriot-esque, if you ask me. No real star that stands out. I mean, before Gronk.
Yeah.
And before Randy. Back in the olden days. I think his most targeted receiver is Evans and Chris Godwin.
Makes sense. Those 2 are really good receivers.
I think they had I want to say they had like 21 targets together, and they combined for 12 catches for like 76 yards. There was no yards after the catch really. Nobody was really getting it going. Evans caught less than half of his targets.
But is this man hurt? Because he be hurt every year for all I know.
It would be a nice scapegoat to come out eventually. Like, oh yeah, Evans played the whole season with his soul partially detached from his body, and we're only letting you know now at the end of the season.
That's true.
So that might come out. But they found themselves down 13-6 at the end of the third. They shut the Rams out in the fourth, and with 44 seconds left, no timeouts. Tom Terrific. Captain Comeback.
Tom divorced.
Single Tom.
Single Tom.
Yeah, they came back. Put up 10 points. That became the 55th, I think, comeback win in his career.
55th comeback in his career.
55th regular season. Combined, I think he has like 62.
Oh, okay.
And I think in the game also, maybe 9 minutes left in the fourth, he had a pass to Leonard Fournette, and he became the first player. I mean, every single yard, every catch, everything he's doing, he's setting a new record.
Yeah,
it's him against time. Like the LeBron commercials, LeBron versus time. It's Tom Brady, the same thing. But he just became the first player to eclipse 100,000 career yards.
Oh, that's postseason, regular season, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that damn well ain't regular season.
No. Yeah, but career, in his entire career, to be the first player to ever do that,
100,000,
100K.
Nah, bro. And he talking about not a Giselle out the picture. His ass ain't going nowhere.
Well, we'll see. It depends on how well they do. I have this back and forth with Danash all the time. I think he comes back next season. Because, they're not doing... This is a bad taste in your mouth. You're going to leave.
But he's always got a motherfucking bad taste in his mouth.
But you know what? There was her... And you're right. It's never a good time. And I say this all the time. Athletes will never think it's the right time for them to leave.
Unless they get dragged
always think
out.
they have more... Right. They'll always be more in the tank. There'll always be all that stuff. She believes because... He said he was going to play till he was 45. He's 45 now. She thinks he's just going to hang up the cape because he got nothing left to prove. He don't really have to come back next season. I don't think he has to come back next season. I just think, to me, that's a bad taste in my mouth. Ain't no way I'm running the spades table. I'm running the poker table. And I get a bad hand like that. And, I'm just going to call it quits. But maybe, you know what? Maybe that's the beginning of a gambling problem. Maybe that's why I don't gamble all that much.
Yeah, man. I mean, I see what you mean. And I think he might have a gambling problem because I don't see his ass.
You don't think? We'll see. We'll see at the end of the season. Despite all the Tom praise, love praising Tom, this was an absolute mud fight between, I don't want to say it looks like two bad teams. We already know the Buccaneers and their struggles, but the Rams, oh my gosh, they're two underperforming sub 500 teams.
And these teams went to the Super Bowl and won.
These teams have both gone to the Super Bowl. The consecutive Super Bowl winners. Yeah. You would not think this was the game that you was going to see. These are the records. These would just be the state that those two teams would be in.
Yeah.
Man, Kupp had 8 catches for 127 yards and a touchdown.
Nice.
The rest of the receivers combined was 5 catches from 3 different receivers for 38 yards.
Nice.
They can't run the ball worth shit. They are at the bottom half of points allowed. They are 29th in overall points per game.
Who the hell they running back?
They got Cam Akers and Henderson. Yeah, I think they're dead last in rushing. And their only wins this season have come against, teams with losing records, and 2 of them being like the worst teams in football, and Panthers, and breaks my heart to say the Cardinals.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is McVay to blame?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I feel like the organization got what they wanted, which was a ring. They bought that shit last year, and they not about to run shit back. No, that's not about to happen.
But even if you don't run it back, you have a job as a GM, as a coach.
Yeah.
Injuries aside.
Yes.
Injuries are part of the game. Everybody knows there's injuries.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Higbee, Allen Robinson, Akers. These were your starters from the beginning of the season. These were the guys you said, hey, this is who I'm building my team around. These are my guys. You can't get your guys to perform. You guys, they're not performing. And then also other people that they went out there and got, like, I believe it was Henderson they got, and they went out and got Akers, and they went out and got
the linebacker from
the linebacker. There was another wide receiver whose name
Allen Robinson.
No, not Allen Robinson. It's someone else entirely. But it's like, this is the team that you guys built, and you guys said you want to run it back, and it's.
They had another receiver. I know they have Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. So yeah, what's going on? Somebody got to be to blame.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it's the coordinators. Then is their coordinators the same from last year?
I believe the coordinators are the same. Everybody's the same. But you know what? The motivation wasn't the same. We talk about it. We'll talk about it to the end of the season. Winning a chip in LA is just different.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I will say that, and I seen this the moment he got there. The culture that LA established was flashy as fuck from the beginning. You can't just win. You gotta score a lot of points, and that's exactly what happened. They've been winning flashily, and in a flashy way. I apologize. And now they just not doing either or winning in a flashy way.
The games aren't even flashing themselves. I mean, they barely,
you know what I'm saying?
They barely averaged 20 points if I remember correctly. So,
like I said, like they really bought into the idea last year of buying their ring. Not saying that the team did, but I mean, that was the atmosphere. I feel, not the atmosphere, but the attitude of the GM. Like, went out and got Von Miller, went out and got OBJ. Like the Rams this time last year.
I see what you're saying. They
were lightly above.
So yeah, you're now removed from Von Miller, and Von Miller is making plays over there in Buffalo, trying to win them a ring. OBJ is coming back, and he's got the eye of a lot of different teams. Seen Jerry Jones just teased at him potentially being a Cowboy.
Like, who the hell is their wide receivers, bro? Like, who?
Who, the Rams?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Outside of Cooper Kupp. Like, who they got?
Allen Robinson.
Come on, bro.
Like you just said, Van Jefferson.
He playing? No. I can't tell.
Listen, when Cooper Kupp has 8 receptions and next 3 dudes combined for 38 yards. Like, I don't know what you can say. That's not really. I can't call you receivers. I call you something. I ain't gonna call you receivers.
About to be practice squad players pretty soon. Fuck out my face.
So, speaking of Von Miller, we go to the Bills and the Jets. That was a good game.
That was
good game.
Defensive game. If you like defense, that game was the game to watch. It was
good defense in that division that I think is the best division, and because of the best division, they well, everybody knows divisional games they play with a little bit more.
Yeah, boy, they want to hurt you.
Allen, 205 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 rushing touchdowns, 80 rushing yards, sacked 5 times. Fumbled twice. Both of them recovered, thankfully for them.
Oh, good.
Subpar throwing day from both quarterbacks. Although technically subpar would be considered regular for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I think he had like 150 yards, which, again, Zach Wilson's not supposed to have 200, 300 yards, all the time.
Go through your progressions, make the right pass, don't make
the right pass, don't make mistakes. Make the right pass, don't make mistakes. We have a team. You'll be okay. Most yards in the game came from Stephon Diggs receiving wise. He had 93 yards, and I think almost half of them came on a 42-yard bomb. 42-yard bomb. One issue that the Bills have struggled with, I want to say all season, similar to the Ravens, they have no running game.
Yeah.
Outside of Josh Allen.
That's not right, boy.
So, and when I say things like, when you put up the old clip and I say, hey, listen, no, knock on wood, y'all see what happened to Tua. That could happen to Josh Allen. That could easily happen to Josh Allen because Josh Allen out here running the damn ball the most out of the team. But I think even still did 9 carries. He led the team with 9 carries.
9 carries.
In a low-scoring game like this, you couldn't get no traction, no running or anything like that going. 9 carries, and I think Singletary had 8 carries. Josh Allen had 80 yards, or Singletary had like 30 yards or something like that. Yeah, 24 yards.
Singletary couldn't get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even that good of a running back anyway.
He's not, but if that's the case, that could be what kills you right there.
Did they trade for somebody?
They did, from the 49ers.
Naeem Hicks, right? Naeem, right?
Something Naeem. Wilson.
Jeff?
Yeah, I think
No, he in the Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins. Okay.
He was in the Niners, the Dolphins, but they got someone from the Colts, Naeem something or something Naeem.
Yeah, he ain't doing shit either.
He ain't
doing shit either. They just cannot run the ball. Now again, to me, Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen has a huge chip on his shoulder from last year's playoffs. If he can take every play into his hands, he would take every single play into his hands
to win the game.
Because he might be operating right now off I'm the best chance that we've got on every single play that we make, which is going to break you down mentally. It's going to help break you down physically. So hopefully, but we'll see. Again, like we said, Wilson, he didn't wow you. He did have a fumble forced by Von Miller. No, you can do about that. But luckily, I think he fumbled. Guy. Then the defense bailed him out right after. I think he fumbled. 2 plays later, interception, which the Jets turned into a touchdown once Zach Wilson got the ball back. So he doesn't hurt. Wilson doesn't hurt you. You have a steady, balanced run game throughout multiple different runners. You lost Hall, but you did get Robinson, and you have other guys running the ball too.
Michael Carter. Right.
You have a defense with stopping power, and that does force turnovers. You have a reliable kicker that you can put your faith in. They got good old Greg the Leg.
They got Greg Zerline.
They got Greg Zerline. Greg the Leg.
Stop playing with me. They got Greg the Leg.
Yes, sir. Do you take the Jets over the Bills in this one? Or is it just a one game?
It was a one game thing.
It's a one game thing?
Hell no. It was definitely a one game thing.
I don't know. Both teams kind of healthy. Came into this one and the Jets shut them down. Josh Allen did get hurt. He hurt his UCL, but that was like late in the fourth. I think the game was about to end. And that was one of the fumbles. He got hit on a throw. He fumbled, and then the Bills recovered. He came back and threw a few balls. I think he had one more drive after that, but that's before the injury, so they played the game fully healthy. And the Jets did what the Jets do.
The Jets schemed better than the Bills, I feel. Because if we're going off of talent-wise, the Bills have more of that. Now let the Bills scheme properly on defense and on offense. The next time they play in Buffalo.
But what does that mean, scheme properly? We're talking about any given Sunday. So it's not like you underestimated the Jets. It's not like the Jets are the garbage team that they're always are. And it's like, oh, it's just the Jets. We'll play the Jets and we'll be perfectly fine. No. These guys are actually pretty good. And we all know that they're pretty good. They can run. They can do all these different things. So I do agree with you that the Jets did game plan better. But I can't bail out the Bills in this one. Now, granted, I know it's an overreach to say that the Jets are the better team than the Bills right now. But you know what? We'll see. You know, I love that, and it's divisional. We all know divisional. Yeah. You know, they play the game a little bit different. Yeah. But now we got to see. I don't think they're up in the air about whether Josh Allen's going to play next week.
Wow.
Because of the injury. I don't think nothing came up crazy.
They faced the Vikings.
Yeah, they did. The Bills faced the Vikings.
Oh, no.
So it's at home for them. So, I mean, we'll see.
Vikings, they might get this dub.
Hopefully it's nothing too crazy.
All right, look, they might get this dub. I will say that the scheme-wise, it's probably a little easier for the Jets because of the personnel who they have on defense. if you take away the team's bailout options and you have someone like Sauce Gardner defend, what's his name again?
Diggs.
Diggs, and give some safety help from time to time, you have a better chance of slowing them down than a team who doesn't have, many teams do not have a number one corner who can play man majority of the snaps.
That's true.
They do have that, and he's a rookie.
They have, and it's like they make you salivate at the mouth as a team. That is probably one of the more complete, put together teams in the NFL right now. I can't think of a team like I said, balanced run. So if we get a lead, we can contain with the best of them. We can contain you with the best of them. We got runners. We can kill the clock effectively. We get down the field while killing the clock. We have a kicker that we believe in. We have a defense that we can put our trust in. So it's not like we have to force anything. We can trust in our defense too. As a team, they're just very intriguing prospect.
Yeah, they look like the 2010 Jets.
Oh, Mark Sanchez?
Yeah. They're like the 2010
They went to the AFC.
AFC. They went to the AFC title game twice.
Yeah, so.
Once they lost against the Colts, another time they lost against the Steelers.
You think Zach Wilson's better than Mark Sanchez?
No. I don't. I think Zach Wilson's better than Mark Sanchez. No.
Zach, just don't make no mistakes, man. Just don't butt fumble, don't make no mistakes, and we'll be all right.
As long as he does that, he'll be fine.
no butt fumbles will be good. Alrighty. So let's jump into the Chiefs and the Titans. That game was a great game. Man. Unfortunately, no Ryan Tannehill. But this was another one. Somebody who was just throwing that thing. Mahomes targeted 12 different receivers on his way to 43 completions on 68 passing attempts.
And he led the team in rushing too.
Uh-huh.
He led the team in rushing through that game.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. I mean, yeah. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, there's another one. If it's 3, well, shoot. If we could count how many. Let's get some pings going here, Steve. Let's see if we can count the quarterbacks who lead their teams in rushing probably. So you got Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
Justin Fields.
Wow, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Wow, yeah.
Probably say Tua.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, now
maybe Tua, but now that they got someone else, so that's
Jeff Wilson. I was also going to say, what's my man name again? No, you said Justin Fields, never mind. Yeah. So that's true. It's a trend. We'll see. Hopefully, it works for them because what? The Dolphins, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, they're all above 500. Only team that's not above 500 is the Bears for obvious reasons. So who knows? Everybody else in the NFL, maybe y'all need to get up to speed. Maybe that's what you guys need to do. Get a quarterback that can run.
Yeah,
that's a shame. Back in the day, that wasn't accepted. Now it's like,
now it's a regular thing, right?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, progression of times. Who knew?
That's what's up.
If only we can get that with coaching. Anywho. Now, 68 passing attempts for 446 yards, that makes sense to me. Not like Tom Brady's, 58 for 230 yards? Like, golly.
Yeah, man. My man was throwing 2-yard passes. 2-yard passes.
Mahomes threw 4 times as many attempps as Willis, the backup for Tannehill.
This ain't throwing shit. Ain't throwing shit.
He's the backup. Okay, the game plan. And, I mean, if you watch the game, actually not a bad game plan. Yeah. Henry was unstoppable on the ground for the most part. 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. He helped the Titans build a 17-9 lead.
Yeah.
At the end of the third, they had a 17-9 lead. And they should be commended for holding the Chiefs, who averaged 30 points a game. They held them to 9 points in the first 3 quarters, and even it went into OT. But even for the 4 quarters, to hold the Chiefs to 17 points, that's commendable.
That's commendable. You just got to put up points. You just can't hold them to 9 points and then think you're done.
Though that's true. You held them to 9. You put up 17. But the problem is, again, it's the backup quarterback. So Derrick Henry's getting whatever he wants on the ground, but he can't run every single play. Derrick Henry has to go out, and you got to get other rushers in. So Derrick Henry, to the end, he was getting like little 9-yard gains here, 5-yard gains there. They weren't really stopping him, but you can't play him every down. No receivers had a reception.
Yeah, I looked that shit up. I was so shocked.
Shocked the entirety of the game. No receivers had a reception. I think it was 5 receptions. 2 tight ends and a running back, right?
Yeah.
2 tight ends and a running back. You can't win like that.
I don't know.
And you can't hold the Chiefs back like that. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, they probably took that as disrespect.
That's a fact.
But again, backup QB. Commendable. Mike Vrabel, hats off to you.
It's all about winning, and they couldn't win.
Do the Titans win if Tannehill plays?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I feel like when it comes down to pressure situations, he ain't gonna make the best type of passes.
Tannehill?
Tannehill.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So I see what you mean in regards to when it came down to the fourth quarter. They needed passes to be able to.
They needed any type of resemblance of a passing game. So shit, Tannehill might not be the greatest, but if the only thing we got to worry about is the run, I could worry about the run. At least Tannehill gives me the air of they might just throw the ball.
They might, but then after that, he'll throw it into the Chiefs' hands.
No, stop it, man. Stop it. So if the dude had, what the guy have? I think he had like...
Get some help.
5... I think he had like 5 completions.
5 for like 19.
For like 19 attempts.
Yeah.
But then, again, I think the receivers at most one had 2 targets towards one specific receiver. Tannehill... If he goes 5 for 19, Tannehill probably, I think, would have gone like 10, 12.
Yeah.
For like a 12 for a 24 or something like that.
That
12 for 21.
Right.
Zach Wilson numbers.
Yeah.
Which, if your defense is containing the Chiefs to 9 points and your running back is just got real estate all over them.
It's I see what you mean, but they would have had...
Yo, I absolutely hate whenever someone says, I see what you mean, because the I see what you mean is always followed by why I don't see what you mean. They'd be like, nah, I see what you're getting at. But I'd be like, no, just leave it right then and there. Just no, I see what you mean always comes right before... Now I gotta let you know exactly why you're wrong.
Because that would require the Titans to be able to move the ball down the field in the fourth quarter. They would have probably gotten maybe close to like a field goal or gotten a field goal. Maybe not a touchdown in the fourth.
But that's all you would have needed. That's all you would have needed. You ended off the third quarter with a 17-9 lead. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie you. A field goal was literally all we needed. Just to get down the field enough to get a field goal. I think, what was it? I want to say they had like 5 or 6 straight punts.
Yeah.
A field goal was all you needed. I think Tannehill gives you a better chance of getting a field goal. But then again, that's one of those things you can't really say, because if Tannehill is there, do they even take that 17-9 lead? Do they rely on the run as much, or do they try and incorporate Tannehill a little bit earlier? So you can't really say. You definitely can't say.
That's true. I just feel like when it comes down to the fourth quarter, he's not going to be able to make key passes in clutch situations.
Yeah. And this game was a big one because I think they were both 5-2.
Yeah,
both of them 5-2 coming into this one. Both heads of their division. So now the Chiefs moved up to 6-2. The Titans 5-3, still ahead of their division. Yeah. Not much competition for them
at all.
So I don't think they're losing that one. But that's always good to have. All right, let's go time doing. Let's get into these game picks. Some predictions. So we got the Falcons, North Carolina.
Falcons on Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Falcons.
I want to believe in
PJ.
PJ, so bad. PJ, he
My
from
man
the
who lost
city.
his job.
Elizabeth, we both from Elizabeth. We Jersey grown. I absolutely love it. You said who lost his job?
The man who lost his job last week anyway. I mean, he's gonna get the starting. He's gonna continue his job moving forward. But
Oh, yeah. You gotta take him out when you're losing like that.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take him out when you're losing like that. Hey, Packers, take notes. When your quarterback's losing like that, take him out.
Not when your quarterback on a $250 million deal. What? No.
I need every goddamn dollar from that contract I made.
The shit could be sinking.
Talk about I never gave up. I need you to win.
That's it. That's it. They need you to win. Even if you ain't winning, the shit could be sinking. Where the hell you think you gonna sit your ass?
Yeah, it's sinking. That $250 million. That's a heavy weight. That'll definitely make a ship sink faster.
Sit on the captaincy to lead this shit, bro.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
Falcons, yeah.
I think I agree Falcons. I think the Falcons are interesting enough.
Yeah.
Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
Oh wow, that's true. Yeah, London, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, the rookie receiver.
Yeah, the rookie receiver. Is it? Yeah, Drake London. Yeah.
And they just moved. Well, not like Ridley was playing, but Ridley.
Oh yeah, he in Jacksonville now.
Yeah, Jacksonville. I mean, not like he was playing.
Yeah, only gambling.
We got the Seahawks. Well, I want to say at the Bucks, but it's not really at the Bucks. I believe that's the overseas game.
Oh, that's the overseas game.
Yeah.
How many games they got in London?
I don't think this one is London. I actually want to say that one's in Germany.
Oh damn,
Or
they got
something like that, yeah.
When are they gonna play in Mexico?
I don't know. I have to look up the schedule.
Yeah,
That seems like something lit.
That's crazy. NFL International.
International, trying to make the game global. Make the game global. Good luck with it.
I got the Seahawks. I think they're gonna ride that momentum. Old boy has been playing pretty good.
You know, I'm a huge believer in the Seahawks. Geno plays well. Tyler Lockett shows you every single season why it's not a good idea to bet against Tyler Lockett. They got a good running game. That man Tom is back. He back. He buckled in. No distractions. I think the Seahawks also they allow quite a lot of points. Not that the Bucks are really putting up all that many points, but
it's gonna be a fight.
It's gonna be a fight. I want to say the Seahawks. My brain is telling me the Seahawks, but my heart is telling me the Bucks.
Which one you gonna listen to? Head or heart?
No, I was listening to my head.
No, then I guess Seahawks it is.
My heart don't know shit. My heart don't know shit about shit. Right? Never. Always take your head over your heart.
Logic is up here. Logic ain't over here.
Hey, word. Lions at the Bears.
Bears. I got the Bears.
Easily. Don't need to break down on any further. Browns at the Dolphins in Miami.
I do think the Browns will lose that game.
Yeah.
I got the Dolphins. They're looking good.
They're
looking good with Tua, Waddle, and
Tyreek could just kill it.
Tyreek gonna hit like 2,000 yards this year, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He gonna hit like 2,000 yards. My man is killing.
Someone said to me, they said, "Yeah, you think Tyreek would want to come back player of the year?" I'm like, "Come back from
what?
Come back from what?" People were like, "Oh yeah, they were winning in spite of Tyreek." I'm like, "Yeah, his numbers ain't show that. His numbers was actually pretty." I'm like, "Listen,
bro, man had like 1,300 yards last year. What the fuck are they talking about winning? What? And he had like 10 plus touchdowns with 100 receptions.
Tell me you don't watch football without telling me you don't watch football." Okay, Broncos at Tennessee.
I got the Titans.
Coming off the bye, you got the Titans.
I got the Titans. I have absolutely no.
I don't know if Tannehill's gonna be back though. He's dealing with an ankle injury right now.
Yeah, maybe. I guess you can. Was it dangerous?
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
damn.
If it's no Tannehill, Broncos defense is not the worst. I mean, it was a pretty good defensive team. Your defense don't do but so much when your offense isn't putting up points. I'm gonna go Broncos.
I think I'm gonna go Broncos. I didn't know that Oboy was gonna be hurt.
Vikings at Bills.
Gotta go with the Vikings now.
Because you don't know.
I don't expect the boy to play. And if he is, it's
better
really
to play it safe. Well, shoot. Do you have the luxury to play it safe?
No.
Because if you lose again in that division, The Bills, Jets, and Dolphins all have the same record. Just about.
They can play it safe. It don't matter. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. That's his throwing arm, man. No.
Yeah,
they're gonna lose.
Throwing arm injury. Okay, Vikings. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Texans at MetLife against the Giants.
I got the Giants.
Yeah, Texans are ass. So that's no brainer. You got Jacksonville taking the trip to Kansas City.
Ooh, Kansas City.
Kansas City. Jacksonville just won their game, right?
Yes, against Oakland.
Against Oakland.
Sorry, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, my bad.
Jeez, I'm old, huh?
My bad, you're bad. I think that was Jacksonville's first win. I think Trevor Lawrence said, I think people got to admit that we're a pretty good team, and then lost 5 straight after that. And gotta love it when that happens. Yeah, I'm going to go Chiefs as well. Steelers are going to be hosting the Saints in Pittsburgh.
Steelers versus Saints?
Yeah, that's that one that mess you up real bad because you can just pick. I'll go Saints.
I'm going Saints?
Just because. I'll just go Saints just because.
I guess I'll go with the Steelers then.
Yeah, Steelers are a wash, so we flip a coin and you can pick on that one. Yeah. Another flip a coin kind of wash teams. You got the Colts visiting the Raiders.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Jeff Saturday's first game.
Jeff Saturday going to get his first win this Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's going to get his first win. It's going to be a fight, but he going to win because the Raiders is cheeks.
I'm going to go with the Raiders.
The Raiders?
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I don't think the Colts have any life in them to stop, the Raiders may be cheeks, but Devontae Adams still Devontae Adams. They're going to find him down there somewhere.
Hey, yo, bro, I ain't going to hold you. I did forget that old boy has benched, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan not playing. They got
Shit, I go with the Raiders.
No. Spade stick, bro. Spade stick.
All right, whatever.
All right, let's go. Cards taking that trip to LA. Cards versus Rams. Rams. I take the same. No, I say Cards actually. I believe in Kyler. Cowboys versus Packers. We're going to say the Cowboys. 6-game losing streak. Chargers and the Niners.
I got the Chargers.
I'm going to take the Niners. Chargers are wild hurt. Keenan Allen don't be playing. Mike Williams didn't play the last game. Austin Eckler's the whole offense.
Screeched away
just
against the Falcons.
So I'm going to go Niners on that one. And the Commanders versus the Eagles. I don't think that requires anything from us.
We all know Commanders going to get that one.
So that's just about it. So, thank you, Ed, for being here.
I appreciate it.
I ain't going to shout out your non-existent socials.
Non-existent.
You guys already know what it is. On Instagram, Podcast Under Review. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on TikTok. That is Under Review or _ Under Review Pod on TikTok and on Twitter. Catch us on Sundays. We're going to start opening up some Twitter spaces so we could talk with you guys during live games and stuff like that. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And yeah, till next week, brother.
Till next week. Hey.
Let's do it.
Hey.
Sign this out, Steve.
Get it, nigga. New women always, never wifeys, old bays. And they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days. I ain't fucking no strays. Me